Slim, pretty, and durable. Those are my 3 words to describe the Samsung Galaxy A26. But for the price this is going to have a lot of competition. So let's see what this has to offer. This is my review. Let's get it. For the unboxing, just like most Samsung devices, there's nothing in the box, just the cable. The phone we all know at this point. Now let's talk about prices. This is going to be going for about 3,700 Ghana cedis. I'm going to leave the updated prices in the description, so make sure you check it out. And for that price, we get an amazing looking, a beautiful device, and I can't wait to break it down for you. Let's go ahead and talk about the design. For one, it's IP67, dust and water resistance up to 1 meter for 30 minutes. Last year's model didn't have that, so I guess that is good. And it has a glass front, that is a Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, a plastic frame, and a glass back, which is also Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, which makes you feel like you're getting your money's worth, especially when it comes to the build and design. It feels very premium in the hand. So for that price point, you're going to enjoy how it feels when you're holding this device. This year's model, the headphone jack is gone. I guess 2025 we are saying goodbye to wired headphones, but we still get a fingerprint sensor mounted in the power button and a hybrid slot for the SIM card. You can choose between having 2 SIM cards or 1 SD card. We have a triple camera setup at the back. So when it comes to design and build overall, this actually feels durable in the hand. You are not going to complain when it comes to the build and design. I think it looks very, very nice too. Just like I said, I wish this was how the S series look like, but the S series don't look like this. In comparison to the A56 though, the camera bump on here is a little bit flatter in comparison to the A56, so that is really cool. I guess it doesn't work so much when you put it on the table. For colors, this is the mint green. It also comes in the black and a white. So that is it for the build and design. Now let's talk about the display. For display, this is 6.7 inches, bigger than last year's model. It's a Super AMOLED panel with 120Hz refresh rate. It's also a 1080p display. But somehow the screen on here is bigger than last year's display and also has Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus protection, so I think that is very good. Once again, for the price point, it's very appreciated. You can also switch between 60Hz and 120Hz display, giving you options to choose between getting a smoother animation and scrolling with 120Hz or getting a longer lasting battery life with 60Hz screen. For colors and brightness, you won't be complaining. The colors look good, it gets bright enough to use outdoors and has very good viewing angles. Unfortunately, we don't get a stereo speaker setup on here, something I was very surprised to find out, especially for the price point. We also don't get an in-display fingerprint sensor. You have the fingerprint sensor mounted into the power button, and I must say it's also not the fastest that I've experienced. Even sometimes I end up finding myself just putting in the password because it kind of works like 60% of the time. But we still appreciate the amazing looking colors on the screen and how bright it gets when you're using it outdoors. Apart from the bezels on the screen that looks very huge, I think most people that are purchasing devices in this price range might probably not even complain about it. I'm probably complaining because I'm used to using flagship devices. But guys, what do you think about the display? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now let's talk about performance. This comes with Android 15 out of the box, and we are going to get 6 years of OS updates. 6 whole years. 2031, you can still use this device if you want it for OS update. It also comes with One UI 7, something that the S series from last year don't even have, so I really appreciate that in this device. It has the Exynos 1380 chipset, which is a 5nm chipset, 128GB of storage and 6GB of RAM for my unit. The One UI 7 out of the box is definitely one of my favorite features of this device. You can notice it from the control center and also how you check your notification. A few widgets have been added. They are subtle, but you can definitely notice them, and some AI features which include circle to search. You have that here. Object eraser, you also have that here. Just like I said in my A56 review, the generative AI is not as good as what we have in the S series, but if you're taking out little objects in your photos, you might get away with that. You can also get best faces with this device as well. These are the Geekbench and Antutu scores. Performance in general is okay for users considering getting this device. It is not a flagship performer, so you should definitely know that. Whilst gaming a lot, I did notice the back of the phone, the camera region got a little bit warm to the touch. But once I put it in the case, I didn't have any issue with that. Most games played well, but not at the highest settings. We have a 50 megapixel main sensor, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel macro sensor. The selfie camera is a 13 megapixel selfie camera, and the main sensor can shoot videos up to 4K 30 FPS. These are some sample footages that I obtained. Let me know what you think about them. So this is a front camera selfie test. We're currently shooting at Full HD 30 FPS. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. The skin tones, how am I looking? Also, dynamic range. Oh, kind of not bad. Let's test our stabilization as well. It's what? 2 and 4. Let's see what stabilization looks like. This is what we are getting from the selfie camera. Now let's switch to the main camera. And this is what we are getting from the main camera at UHD 30 FPS. Let me know what you think about the skin tones in the comment section down below. Also, dynamic range. How is that looking? I can't see, so you guys tell me. And let's test out stabilization as well. Once again, we jog back and forth. Test out how good the stabilization is. And as usual, let me know what this looks like. Also the microphone, let me know what it sounds like in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. For battery, we have a 5000 mAh battery, which I think is definitely cool, and it supports 25 watts of fast charging. It definitely depends on how you use it. During my period of testing over the 1 week of using, I probably at the end of the day with about 40% most of the time. So I think depending on your use case scenario, you might probably get the best out of it. So that is something you should notice at all. In general, what do I think about the Samsung Galaxy A26? Just like I said, because of the price, I think this might have a lot of competition in the market. There are other devices that people might say might give you more. So because of that, let me know what you think. Which of the devices would you want to see me compare the Samsung Galaxy A26 to? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll bring you the comparison video. And if you're new to this channel, of course, subscribe and stick around for amazing videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.